and welcome back to more Sonic Unleashed. So last time we started our first Werehog stage, which is just a beat 'em up kind of. I'm actually not entirely sure what this genre would be called. I don't play this type of game very much. When I think beat 'em up, I think 2D. I think of like Streets of Rage, or like those types of games. I don't really think of like God of War as a beat 'em up, but maybe that would be the right term. By the way, this is an art book. We can unlock like concept art and such later on by collecting a bunch of those and the corresponding item to view all of the concept art. So here's the second gem we need. By the way, some mechanics I haven't talked about. Collecting rings restores health. You don't actually lose rings as the Werehog. You just lose health, but collecting rings will restore your health, so it's really easy to rack up a lot of rings. Another mechanic is you can actually lose out on experience because, for example, you have to physically collect the EXP gems that fall out of the enemies. So if you throw the enemy out of bounds, you actually lose out on the experience points. That is not something I'm particularly fond of. So when you jump towards a ledge, my advice would be to hold circle or B, because otherwise you will most likely plummet. You basically have to wait until the lock-on cursor appears for Sonic to actually grab the ledge. However, if you're holding the button down, Sonic will basically grab the ledge at the earliest possible moment. So that is why I would say just hold B a lot when you're doing these types of segments. I'm gonna demonstrate this again in a moment. We have a little bit of a precarious jump here to get a moon medal. I very well might miss this moon medal. This is not easy to get. There we go. Problem, I don't know where I'm landing. This game has a very limited camera in some segments. This is as far as I can move the camera. In other areas, you actually have full camera control. This just happens to not be one. So yeah, holding B will save you a lot, so that's why I recommend doing that as much as possible. These enemies have shields, but these all go down so easily, regardless. So we're actually pretty close to the end here. Just one more room with a ton of rings leading up to it, which isn't a bad sign at all, I'm sure. I like that, actually, giving you a ton of rings going into a potential fight. So that shield power-up gives us better defense, this gives us better attack. And I'm not sure what we just collected as the third item, but this is our first mini-boss. These are all Dark Gaia monsters, Dark Gaia being the entity Eggman released from the center of the planet. So if you get hit by the shockwave, actually the jump will stun lock you. And then the shockwave, okay, the jump will stun you. When it lands and releases the shockwave can also stun you. So yeah, you can kind of get stun locked at times. I would recommend trying to play these fights fairly safe. Case in point, you also have to button mash to get back up because, again, quick time events are all the rage. So yeah, being very cautious here. Trying to lower its health a little bit so the quick time event won't be too bad. There we go. And a big point bonus because we did the QTE on the boss. And there you go, tons of experience. I'm trying to collect the experience without touching the gold ring. And there we go, I think... Trying to remember if there's any other, like, collectibles. I don't think there are, but, just double checking. Nope, I think we're good. I say as I go to check the last two pots, because I'm really afraid of missing things. So our first night level took 13.5 minutes. Get used to that. The night levels are really long. So more sound test, more art for, concept art. But we need a bookshelf first. We also need a gramophone for these. And we got a lot of experience from that, so I'm gonna put it into combos. I'm gonna get this up to level 5, so we actually have more moves, so we don't have to keep spamming 1 or 2 moves over and over again. I'm gonna put a lot into life here, and then I am going to put the rest into regular Sonic. For reasons, I'll say that much. And there we go.
Hey, Tails!
Sonic?
What are you doing out here?
Sonic, is that really you? That's a new look. What happened?
You know me. Never a dull moment.
Want some chocolate?
Thanks. That's some story. I'll bet that means that you turning into that and the planet breaking apart are somehow related.
I need to find Eggman and make him fix this, and fast!
About that, I think I know someone who might know something about what's going on here.
Oh, really?
Professor Pickle over at Spagonia University. I came to this city to gather some data. If we add that to his research findings, we might be able to get to the bottom of all this.
Spagonia? That's a continent over. An easy jog if the planet weren't broken.
No problem. My Tornado 1 will get us there in a flash. Let's get going.
Leave it to you, Tails. Let's get moving.
Well, Sonic feels pretty good to fly like this. Not too shabby. The professor's just a hop and a skip with. What's that approaching?
Here comes the parade!
I've got this one, Sonic. Tornado, battle mode engaged.
Sonic, to defeat Eggman's robot, press the buttons that appear on screen to attack. If you fire too much, alternate between pressing left bumper and right bumper to rebuild your power. The tornado can't be fixed up while operating, so please be very careful. Shooting down those golden helicopter robots can net you some bonuses. Destroying the blue jet robots seems to give you more energy. So how do you feel about Sky Chase Act 1 and 2? How do you feel about that, except having less control? This is a glorified QuickTime event. That's all there is to it. Just push the button when they appear, and then you're good to go. So while we're doing this, I have another mild nitpick about this. So this is the Tornado 1, as in the red plane. The Tornado 2 is the one that had the battle mode, and that's the blue plane. Also, the red plane got shot down in Sonic Adventure, so I guess he rebuilt the Tornado 1 with the features of the Tornado 2, battle mode included. So my question is, why not just use the Tornado 2 in this minigame? It's like the only difference is one plane is red and the other is blue, so it's like, why not just have it be the Tornado 2 for the sake of continuity? Yeah, I know this is very nerdy and nitpicky, but just something I think about when I see that they brought back the Tornado 1 for some reason for this. And it's nice actually having the Tornado back. It hadn't actually appeared in a while, I'm pretty sure. Sonic Heroes, I want to say it's the last time. And even that I think was the Cyclone and not the Tornado. No wait, the Cyclone was in Shadow in the cutscene at the amusement park level. See, this is how much I blocked Shadow out of my mind. I forgot one of the most famous cutscenes in that game. Yeah, this isn't the most exciting thing. I prefer Sky Chase because there's a greater sense of danger. This is pretty easy. But luckily you only have to do this a couple times in the main story. Oops, broke the combo. So if you're playing on Xbox 360 and PS3 versions, you actually get an achievement or a trophy by doing this without getting hit. The Wii PS2 versions completely omit these, which I kind of prefer.
What is that thing?
Well, Sonic, prepare to be sunk.
Remember, Doctor, it is not yet complete. Handle it gently.
Silence.
Looks like we've got to beat that thing to get by.
Go.
This might be a boss battle. It's more of the same. So yeah, I guess now would be a great time to mention that this game was released on PS3, 360, Wii, and PS2 specifically. There was also a mobile phone version. I don't count that because it was like really basic. It was like a flip phone game, not even like a modern mobile phone game, because this was 2008 after all. The Wii version and PS2 version are basically identical outside of like motion controls and resolution. The 360 and PS3 versions are almost identical with a few minor changes as well. Oops. But I actually like both sets well enough. I kind of prefer the HD versions, but the Wii versions do some things really well. Like, again, omitting these, I do not mind that at all. But yeah, I actually started with the Wii version because I didn't have a PS3 at the time. So that's technically the version I played first. Then I played the PS3 version about a year later when I finally had a PS3. Yeah, I ended up liking both well enough, with some issues here and there.
Energy levels dropping. What a disaster. Retreat.
Cool!
Yay! Made it, Sonic!
And with that, we have survived our first plane level with a B rank because I botched the combo, I think a couple times. You have to basically play perfectly, from what I gather, to actually get an S rank. This is Spagonia, Sonic. Now let's go see the professor. Let's see, the school he teaches at was around here somewhere. So here's our second hub, Spagonia. And like before, it's not very big. So we just go down the street, we can actually dash like this to speed things up. There's a couple back streets we can't access yet, so we actually can't get certain medals until a little bit later. And yeah, there's the university, there's our next stop. And by the way, over here is the action, or the entrance hub. So let us check out the university.
What? Professor Pickle's been kidnapped?
It was a little bit before the tremors hit. This old man showed up with a whole pack of robots. They carried poor Professor Pickle off, lab data and all.
It can't be.
That sure sounds like Eggman.
What a horrible thing to do. We've got to go help that professor guy out, and fast. If he got kidnapped that long ago, he's got to be real hungry by now. And if I was that hungry, I don't know how long I would last. I'd rather be dead.
I'm sure Eggman is feeding him. Even he's not that cruel.
Okay. Let's go and find the professor.
Come on, Sonic, let's go ask around about the professor. It's a big town. I'm sure somebody knows something. I'll meet you by the town exit, okay? So we could stop and talk to everybody, or we could just try to pinpoint the exact person we need to talk to, who I think is, one of the NPCs on this street. Let's start with you. Oh my, what are you doing scurrying about? You're going to ruin that lovely hairstyle of yours. Okay, not you. Then maybe you? I don't know what's wrong with my son. He says he saw a plane carrying Professor Pickle headed for Missouri. You learned something's fishy in Missouri. At least I was right about the street. I got the NPC wrong, though. What's that? There's been a kidnapping. Earthquakes rocking the ground, confusion all over town. I have a feeling this doesn't bode well for us, wouldn't you agree? What would give you that idea? Hey you, don't you be trying to slip by. What happened to giving Morrow the respect he deserves? Alright. Did you find anything out about the professor? Huh? Somebody said to look in Missouri? Alright, let's head out. I just finished tuning up the tornado here. Okay, let's go. Next stop, Missouri. Up and away. And we are now at night in Missouri. So as we enter our third hub, yes, we've already gone to 3 different hub areas that are all really tiny, because there's the entrance stage once again. I will say, because of the level system, you want to kind of go out of your way, when possible, to try to find medals. Because, if you don't have enough medals, you might have to go replay stages to get more. So just making a quick, sweep around the town to make sure... I feel like we need more sun medals than moon medals, but I might be mistaken. You do need more of one than the other, and I don't remember which one was which. But yeah, just future-proofing, keeping an eye out for medals. So now that we're in the entrance stage of Missouri, I think we're gonna call it here for now, and see if we can rescue the professor next time. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Sonic Unleashed.